So Bruntz, you gotta manage a message board. Short of Schaefer killing me the other day over running backs, what was the biggest takeaway on the message board that you felt like your folks were up in arms at, where you wondered, did we watch the same game?
Yeah, the Dylan stuff. I didn't.
I didn't
I
get
was
that either.
that was I think the running back stuff was probably fair. I think
Riding with your cohort, it's fine.
I think the defensive line. I mean, I think that got a little bit, or the front seven at least, that got a lot of consternation or some questions. I don't know. I guess I didn't. I've seen it elsewhere too. I mean, not just on our board about Dylan didn't play well, and why didn't they push it down the field? He lacks killer instinct. I saw that a couple times, which I was like, okay, I don't know that that's true. But no, I think that one was the one that I probably disagreed with most. I thought he played a patient game. I thought he played a mature game. I think that was kind of my main takeaway was, I think in a against a defense like that where they're just kind of baiting you to try to do something out of pocket, and he never did, to his credit. I mean, there was the 4th and 2 was a bad play. He was lucky to not lose the fumble, but I mean, in a game where you kind of needed to be steady, I mean, that's what he was. So I thought he played pretty well, given the circumstances and what he was having to face defensively. I mean, for as many passes as he threw, to not throw a pick, to keep Nebraska on schedule, I thought that was I think that was a pretty good example of having a very strong game plan and having the maturity to go out and execute it. I mean, I think that bodes well for later in the year when you're going to see some different defenses and have to do some different things. So that was the one where I thought I'd probably push back a little bit on.
Bruntz, was that the hottest take that you saw? Because I've got a doozy that I heard.
No, that's not the hottest take. I mean, there were some pretty hot ones. What do you got?
The hottest one I heard was that Dana Holgorsen might not be a good OC.
Oh, yeah.
No,
I saw that one.
Knock it off.
It was out there very publicly. This wasn't just like some rando that DM'd me on Twitter. This was a thing that was said publicly.
Ravi's trying to gas me up.
No, I'm not.
So I'm
not.
going to ask Bruntz, because Bruntz is riding with this. Bruntz, what did you see where somebody insinuated that? Knock it off. I'm going to need you to knock it off.
I swear.
Dude, it's one game.
I didn't see that specifically. I saw whispers of it on social media that I don't like much attention to, but
so to heck with 25 years of data, right?
Well, in the last 5 games, apparently they've averaged fewer points than they did in the previous 9 with Marcus Satterfield.
Oh, so okay.
That's what apparently we're going with.
So there's no transition to learning from a new guy, right?
Or taking over play calling in the middle of the season.
I'm done. It's fine. It's fine. You guys carry on.
I asked what the hottest take was. That was the hottest one I saw. DB, did you see a hot take?
I'm done. Go ahead, Bruntz. I'm telling you, people can make you dumber.
That's a pretty good one in terms of the hot.
That one's scalding.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, do I need to address? I don't feel like I need.
No, I was just curious if you heard one as hot or hotter than that. I don't think it needs addressed because I think it's idiotic.
That was pretty good.
I'm afraid to say that the Chiefs won't win the West, which makes way more sense rationally than Holgorsen isn't a good OC.
Here's the hot take. You ready?
Yeah.
For the AFC West hot take. That a team in that division could win 11 games and finish third.
Oh, I could probably rock with that.
So then you and B. Edwards could be right.
I could kind of rock with that.
I
just don't know how the Chiefs have a season win total of 10.5. I mean, they're Kansas flipping City.
The window's closing.
Their defense
is one of those. They have Donovan. They have Dylan Raiola at quarterback. Like, how can they? Like, do we not know that?
So the defense is still really good, right? I didn't miss something. Like, the defense is still probably gonna be really good.
Does Nebraska
even
not
the
have
best?
Mahomes at quarterback, Bruntz? How are we having these discussions about Nebraska offensively?
Are the Chiefs even the best defense in that division?
No, they aren't. They aren't.
Not, are they?
Are
No.
they still?
They reside. That team resides in Colorado.
I understand that, but could they be the second best defense in their division and still be a top 5 defense in the AFC?
In the
Yes.
AFC? Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
that's what still a really good defense, and Patrick
The
Mahomes
window's
exists,
closing.
right?
Now,
Patrick Mahomes still exists.
yes.
Andy Reid's still their head coach.
Hey, Bruntz, I need you to be unbiased. I need you to be objective.
They went 15-2 and played in the Super Bowl last year, right?
Yes.
I didn't miss
They had the
like.
best kicker, but
Well, they don't have to play Philly in the division, so I think they're okay.
He's been a prick all morning. Bruntz, don't
Yeah.
mind him.
It's 38 years,
lot of-
DB. 38
a lot of-
years.
It's a lot of gas for a team that's on its last leg.
All right, I just want to stick with the sarcasm theme.
It feels like this. We did this with Brady for like 12 years.
Now, full disclosure, Bruntz, I think your cohort did want to put his hands around my throat over the running back talk this week. But I do want to ask you something. How do you guys assess depth versus bodies if we haven't seen guys play yet? Like, what's the line of demarcation for you when you talk about actual depth versus capable bodies?
Depth and capable bodies are kind of the same thing.
Okay.
And I haven't seen it. I mean, I've seen fewer than 10 snaps of whatever the running backs behind Emmett Johnson look like. I don't know. I mean, yes, there's the hot hand thing. It also feels like if you had a back that you felt comfortable with in there, not in very specific situations, that you would have done that at some point by now.
Why do you think Coach Rule made it a point to bring up running backs like 3 different times, even though only one of them was really a running backs question?
I don't know. I mean, he's been very resolute.
That's
and
interesting, isn't it? Because I really don't know. I'm just trying to get a different perspective. Like the one question was about like efficiency versus the scheme, and somehow he wove in running backs.
I don't know, but I think we need to see it. Like that's fine to, like, he's been resolute since January that the running back picture is going to be okay there, and that they've got guys that can do it. Like I've seen Mekhi Nelson look very good in a practice setting multiple times. Fortunately, you don't win. You don't get wins for that, and I mean, you need to see something over these next 2 games, right? Because like this would be the time that if guys are in the mix or kind of on the cusp of getting in there in a more consistent fashion, that you would see it. So I get it. I mean, it would have been nice to see Mozee or Nelson a little bit more in the opener. We haven't seen them yet, so it's kind of hard to judge where they're truly at when the lights are on. But that's going to be, I mean, right or wrong, that's going to be the topic of conversation over these next couple of weeks. So, and rightfully so. I mean, you're not going to have Emmett Johnson touching the ball 32 times every game in conference play, and not having some kind of wear down factor there. So, regardless of how good a shape he's in and how much weight he's put on him, he looks great. But I mean, you guys know how the Big Ten is. So, it's these 2 weeks you need to see it. I mean, I think for all the talk, and there's been a lot of talk about that position at this point, you're going to have to show it now. So that's kind of where I'm at. I mean, I don't know, like who can you count on when it's not just practice time? That's kind of what they need to figure out.
Bruntz, is there anything that can happen to the positive over the next 2 games that would change how you feel about Nebraska? Because I assume, I'm not going to ask about the negatives, I assume if there's a 7-point game in the second half or something, we'll all think everyone's dying. But is there anything to the positive that you're like, hey, if I see this, I would actually either be encouraged or might change my mind a little bit of how I feel about something?
Yeah, I mean, I think if you see some of the depth at running back,
okay,
get in there and do some things, I think you would at least feel reasonably okay. You're probably going to get the caveat of, well, who are, you're doing it against Akron and Houston Christian. But at the same time, you've at least seen it, right? Like, I'm sure those guys will get a little bit of confidence from that as well. So that's positive.
Well, just game reps, right? I mean,
maybe I bristle up at this because I needed a game against North Texas in '93.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm just trying to figure out why I get so pissy over this. Because you don't really know you have depth until you see them play. We didn't really know how good Aaron Green was until he left and went to like sometimes you just don't know. Like Brandon Jackson should have been playing more. Correll Buckhalter should have been playing more. Like sometimes coaches got to be like, "Hey man, get your ass in the game."
Yeah, like
because otherwise you wouldn't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like was Correll Buckhalter not good at Nebraska and he just figured out how to be good in the NFL, or was he good the whole time and we just didn't see it?
No. Brandon Jackson was a third-round draft pick. We played him 1 year.
The running back spot's a little bit probably different than when you played. The situation too, though, right? Like,
is it
depth wise?
So are you guys really saying like if you didn't see Clinton go for like 2 bills against Arizona State, you knew he was good?
What I'm saying is that I like to see more than like a few snaps.
Oh.
And like I also would
reasonable.
Like to see,
it's his delivery. It's very Bruntzian.
I think also though, like, yeah, like you need to see it in a game. I think the guy probably needs to do it in a game, but I mean, I think you also it felt like on Saturday, and I mean we had talked about this on our podcast that it was going to be a heavy Emmett Johnson game no matter what, but even the small doses of what we saw, you need to see a little bit more there. So I mean that's what the next 2 games are for. I mean that's why that Cincinnati game was really important, because now you have a runway with a win under your belt to go in and hopefully get some of those guys some work. Same with the defensive line. Same with some of the young guys at linebacker. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I just I think the next 2 games are going to be very telling, I think, about what's actually there.
Well, Godspeed to your message board with all the hot takes until we play a quote-unquote quality opponent, because it bugs me to no end, Bruntz, and I get it. I'm no fun, and nobody would invite me to their parties because I would bring 4-day-old meat. But
that's true, yeah. We don't want your bad ribs at the party.
I'm sure they were good at some point, but not anymore.
Okay, you two, knock it off. let's not get carried away here. But Bruntz, so this is where Nebraska's got to really lock it up, man, and focus on them, though, because they clearly need to get better, because the narrative in the offseason was, hey, they're inexperienced, they need reps. We know that this team could get better from series to series, especially on defense. We had all these nice flowery things to say. Then the game actually plays, and we got all these hot takes like it's final. So for me, if I'm watching guys try to get better, they got to really just lock in and get better over these next couple of weeks and not worry about what the outside noise is based on who they're playing, right? Because if they don't play well, there's going to be a narrative. If they do play well, there's going to be a narrative. So really, what difference does it make, right? Like, just do you.
Yeah, I mean, that would be the hope, right? Like that guys aren't focused about what's being said out here. Yeah, I mean, in some ways, the 2 scenarios you just laid out, there's probably one scenario that's a little bit of a worse narrative than not. I mean, the not playing well against an opponent that's, a little bit less than is probably worse. But I don't know. I mean, we going into that Cincinnati game and said, like, you just had to get that one. And Matt Rule even said it was a must win. He said this week. He in an aside, and what was probably an honest moment, said that was a must win game for them, and it was. I mean, the trajectory of improvement from game 1 to game 2 changes a ton, I think, with a win versus a loss. And I think with, what you have now in front of you, yeah, I mean, you just go out there, you fix the things that that didn't look good on Thursday. Even on special teams, maybe you get a few more big plays that you were looking for, and you just kind of keep building wins and trying to figure out who can help you. I mean, there's the youth at certain spots is definitely a thing, and I don't know. I mean, I don't think this is a hot take, and I'm not talking running backs here, but I think that there's some spots where they could certainly benefit from a young guy stepping up over the next two games here and showing that they're ready. I mean, in some ways, it's kind of like the Mekhi Bear thing from a couple of years ago, where a guy kind of comes off the milk carton, shows up and shows he's ready for a bigger role. And, I think that's there's a couple guys on the roster that I could say that would maybe fit that. I mean, is Dawson Merritt ready for a bigger role in that linebacker rotation? I don't know. Maybe over the next 2 games he shows he is. So somebody like that. That's the opportunity they have over these next 2 games.
All right, Bruntz, I want you to get some selenium, some protein, maybe some zinc, a little iron, fat, all benefits of dietary enhancements that come from good quality protein. I hope you feel better, Bruntz.
You can get those other places too, right?
Yeah, I don't need details.
Okay, all right. Let's check it.
Let's not do that.
Bruntz,
I hope you have a great rest of your week.
Hey,
yes.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Bruntz, I hope you feel better. You're still funny.
I'm gonna bring in. I'm getting the gummy bears. I'm going to Costco today.
Just wave them in front of my face and see what I can do from a competitive standpoint.
I'm going to sit it on the chair. You get there so early, though. I was legitimately worried for you, Damon. When you told me how early you got there, you didn't eat,
hadn't slept.
It was probably good you didn't have those gummy bears.
Bruntz, that day was such a struggle. On my second or third walk by of you guys, when there's only 4 of you over there along that row, I'm probably on the struggle bus.
Yeah, no, you were fine. You kind of came over and slumped down in the chair next to me, and you were all sorts of in trouble.
It's needed a friend, Bruntz. It's needed a friend.
Yeah.
I appreciate you.
Yeah.
All right.
See you guys.
See you, buddy.
Bruntz, we'll talk to you later.